Welcome back to another video. This video is a combination of all 17 other videos of me and my grandfather's journey buying this house. This started about 8 months ago when we took a massive gamble and bought a house for around 20 grand. However, we didn't know what house we were going to get at the time. So as you can see in the footage, we're looking at a house, well, looking at houses right now. This was the first one we came across. I think it was like 15 grand, if I remember correctly. So we went to go check it out. As you can see, it's not the best looking house we noticed. And not only that, the porch, which I hope you can see in the video right here. This is our first video, so we aren't really good at it, and we still really aren't. But porch was very sketchy, is the word I'm looking for. I wasn't climbing up there. That's for sure. I don't remember how the roof looked. I don't know if we got good footage of that, but you can see us looking at the porch right now, or balcony, whatever you want to call it. And then we came around the back and noticed a cannonball sized hole in the back of the house. So I don't know if the homeowners had like an invader that they had to defeat or something. You can see it right now. I'm looking at it. Thought that was very interesting. I don't know how that happened. I don't know if it looks almost like they drilled it. It was very well done, however they did it. But we also noticed, which I don't know if I have footage of that, which I probably don't because we were horrible at this at the time. It's basically just a garage. The whole bottom floor is just a garage. And the house is actually on top. I don't know if I show it, but I peeked in and you can see it, and you can see from the front that it's just a big garage. And I think there was more holes on the side somewhere here. But I'm not sure. You can see me walking there right now. Yeah, there's another hole. Siding's all messed up. Another hole. Two holes. There's a giant spider symbol on it, I just noticed. I don't know if Spider-Man's been there, but maybe that's where he lives. At this point, we weren't very impressed, so we went to the neighbors to see if we could get a good view of the roof. We found this abandoned pool, and we can see it pretty well. It definitely has seen better days, and it would probably need repaired, so we weren't very impressed. And I definitely was impressed. I was like, this isn't the one, as you can see, walking away. I just wanted to go check out the next house at that point. This one just wasn't it. Steve was basically the same thing. I think he was a little more open to me than me, but we left anyways and went to the next house. Thankfully, the house was literally down the street, and as you can see, it looks way more promising than the previous house. For one, it's actually a house and not freaking half a garage. And the siding doesn't look that bad. I mean, it definitely needs fixed up. The, I guess, porch, whatever you want to call it, it's falling apart right there, as you can see above the door. Right, that needs fixed. The windows need redone. They're not broken or anything, they just look horrible. The inside doesn't look that bad from what we can tell. So we were very impressed at this point. We wish we could have got in it, but at the time we were dummies and we were just driving around randomly looking at places. But it looked pretty good. As you can see, we went around the side of the house, looked in the windows. We tried to get as best of a look as we could at the house at the moment. The roof looked like it could possibly need done, but we had no idea at the time. We looked in the windows here. I think this is the kitchen that we saw. It definitely needed work from what we could tell, but it wasn't nearly as bad for the price as the last house. The last house was just horrible. And it had a backyard, which you can see right there. So we went around back to see if we get a better view. We did notice that this place has an absurd amount of windows everywhere. Too many windows. We kept peeking in. Saw this room, which was like I don't even know, like almost like a porch that's enclosed. I don't know how to describe it. You can see the electric panel right there. And that window's obviously broken. But it's got a big spacious yard. It's got a like a basement or something right there. We noticed. We didn't know where that went. It also has like a little shed in the back of the yard that we were, I guess, amazed by because it's pretty cool to have that. We did notice that it was open on top. I don't know how there's no bee nest in there or anything. Well, at the time, I think it was cold, but it was open on top. It has a concrete base though, which is pretty good. It's got little gutters on it too, which is pretty cool. So it does have a little shed. There's vines everywhere. And on the left side of the shed, from the way we're facing right now, there's vines everywhere in that little corner right there. There's also a spring mattress, a metal spring mattress, that's just covered in vines and it's deep in there. There's also a little chimney that's just sitting, I don't know if it was a fireplace or what, right beside it. It's right beside me right now. I know freaking Pap's hand's in the way, but think that's the best footage I got of it. Just like a little chimney. I don't know what it was for. I'm assuming it was like a fireplace or something, but it was pretty cool. At this time, we wanted to see how the roof looked, and we couldn't get a real good look at it, so we were walking around seeing if we could get a better angle. Pap did find a better angle eventually, but as you can see, he's mostly covering the view with his freaking big finger hands, sausage hands, whatever you want to call them. So we got a view of the back, well, the best we could with just being on the ground. It looked somewhat okay. It didn't look that bad. We then found a view from the front. As you can see from the front, it looks pretty good. I know we didn't really focus on it too much, but it does have a chimney. It looks somewhat okay. It might not need fixed at this point from what we can tell. The porch, I guess, yeah, porch, little roof there. It looks pretty okay too. I mean, it needs leveled and stuff like that. But other than that, it looked pretty decent. We were pretty impressed with this house. At this time, we were getting ready to go look at the next house. And by look at the next house, I mean stare at it from across the street, because apparently there were still people living in it at the time. So we did not go and investigate further because we did not want to creep on some family living in their house, because we're not like that. And we especially didn't want to record them doing it. So this was basically the end of day one. I call it day one, but it basically day zero because we have no house at the time. This was just our first video and our first attempt to find a house. And right after this, we would have to go back to, I think we were in Florida at the time, so we'd be pretty far away. This is in West Virginia at the moment, so we're pretty far. We couldn't just come back and look. So we had to end it here and tune the next time we were in town. It is now day 2, and what I mean by day 2 is basically the second time we have been at a house or have done a video. This is the second video. This video has been 4 months since the previous one, and that time we were stuck in Florida for months at a time for work. We ended up going with the second house that we showed in the previous day. It was pretty good. It was 20,000. We went for this one. We signed for it in Florida. It was October 7th, I believe, at the time, and this is probably months after. This is literally the first time we've been home to view the house, and this is my first experience at it. Actually, I don't think it was the first time we've been back, because Pap previously, the guy recording right now, he was previously at the house with the realtor. He went inside and saw everything. There appears to be a leak somewhere, which I will show here in a second. As you can see, there's a obviously there's damage in the left corner of this room, right there in the ceiling. It was obvious that the roof has been leaking, and it got on the floor. The floor didn't look too damaged at the time. Everything else looked clean around the room that we could tell. However, as you can see me stepping, we noticed that the floor has like a 3 to 4 inch dip all the way across. It just dives 3 to 4 inches for whatever reason. It also looked like someone previously tried to do the bathroom and fix it up, but gave up about 40% of the way, if that. Here's better footage of the bathroom, as you can see, it just looks like lipstick on a pig. It looks like they just threw it together as fast as they could and for whatever reason gave up. I apologize if the footage isn't the best. This was literally our second video, and it's 4 months apart from our first video. We had no idea where the GoPro needed to be on his head for it to come out the best. If, as you can see here in the right corner of this room, there's another obviously damaged place from leaking. It also looked like someone was living in this room and was shooting the ceiling with like a, I don't know, a BB gun. I think it was a BB gun. In the left corner there, the whole ceiling looks like it's got a bunch of freaking dots in the top of it. As you can see here, we noticed a like demonic thing. I don't know what it was. There was like a Japanese key on it or whatever. We were curious. We ended up destroying it anyways. I think I got footage of Pap stepping on it. We don't like any of that stuff since we're blessed by the Lord Jesus Christ, and we just don't support any of that. So we promptly took it down. Just like we eventually got rid of that freaking pentagram on the wall or whatever. Yeah, you can see him tearing apart right now. He doesn't have good footage of it, but he steps on it. Looking back, I also noticed we didn't take any footage of downstairs, so all we got is upstairs right now on day 2 that we recorded. As you can see, this is the third and I believe the biggest bedroom, and it's also all level. This room, the floor is level. It also has the tallest ceiling, I believe, and it doesn't have any water damage from what we noticed, but it definitely needs some work. There was also a closet that we looked at, and there was a second closet between the bathroom and this little hallway that we're in right now. It's behind us. I don't have much footage of it. At the time, we didn't realize it goes to the attic. There's a little ladder inside of it that looks like. What we did show downstairs is that in the downstairs kitchen, as you can see here, the whole ceiling is just tore apart. There's plumbing pipes that go up between the sink, as you can see there. There are little two white pipes that were by the air vent that go straight up. They cut in between support beams. They cut through them and go above them. And as you can see right now, we're looking at where the panel room is, which is right by the, I guess, the back door. And this is part of the kitchen. We were very bad at recording. We still aren't the best, but obviously not the best footage. So we really didn't do anything the second day when it's really our first day owning it. All we did was we came in, we took apart the electrical panel, and we disconnected all the wires. Well, I did, since there was no power to the building at the time. Or was there? No, I think there was. There was power at the time, it just wasn't under my name. So we went ahead and disconnected all those. For whatever reason, we didn't end up recording, but that's basically all that happened on the second day. Okay, it's the next day, and by the next day, I mean 2 days later. But it's the next episode, and we are back at the house. This is our most viewed video. It is the first day of demolition. We have 1,000 views. Well, 1,100 views at the time of making this video on it, which is absolutely fantastic for me. It's by far my most viewed video. It has 35 hours of watch time. Pretty good. You guys go check it out. But in this video, like I said, we started a demo. It's extremely cold. We bought a heater, which we are looking at right now. We had to stick it out the back of that little hole right there to keep us warm so the fumes didn't come in and kill us. But it worked pretty well, especially because it's freaking December right now and it's freezing at that point. And honestly, we didn't do much in this video. Like I said, it's the first day of demo, so... But even then, we really didn't start demoing until like the last 5 minutes of the video, where you can see Pap starting, looking for a place to sawzall, looking for a stud. Then he starts sawzalling, and we begin to realize very quickly that this isn't very good. There's a bunch of, as you can see, dust flying out of it, and right now we're under the impression it's sheetrock, which, I mean, there's dust with sheetrock too, but it just looks different and feels different, and we soon find out why. So after Pap saws out a square, he notices it isn't coming out, so he decides to hammer it, and as you can see, it freaking looks like concrete breaking off. because it literally is like a concrete stuff that is over top a bunch of wooden boards, and obviously we had no idea. And at the time, Pap isn't very good at making videos, so he's not talking, just hammering away. uh, but yeah, we weren't expecting it to be this. I don't know how we didn't figure it out to begin with, because sheetrock is a very distinctive look. But it's very difficult, and he's hammering it hard, and it's barely breaking off there. It's like freaking, like I said, breaking concrete. It's very annoying to deal with, and very messy, obviously, as you can see all the stuff flying everywhere. And also, we noticed the camera dies very quickly, so it started to die, and we had to go record it. And we came back. I think it's probably been like an hour or two, and this thing is just kicking our butt, man. I mean, he's freaking saws on and everything, and that's all we got done right there. We did not expect all that. The freaking concrete stuff there, and the boards, and the whole other side's like that. The whole freaking house we're starting to discover is like that. And it's just a pain in the butt. Thankfully, though, the studs look pretty healthy. They look good at the time. Look very good. It's just that very annoying to break off there and very time consuming, and it just kicked our butt. I think at one point Pap had a sledgehammer. Or no, that was a different day, but I mean, he was hammering and hammering away. That's all I got. And I was hammering too in some places, I believe. But we only had one hammer at the time, so it slowed us down. But that's pretty much it for day 3. And day 4, which surprisingly is actually the next day for once. It's the first one that was actually the next day. We got some lights and hung up in here. That was pretty cool. The lights were cheap, and obviously they do a good job. And we got a sledgehammer. And today we're hoping to knock out a whole bunch of stuff and get her done. Since last time was just a complete failure, we just completely failed. So thankfully today was a much better day. As you can see, we figured out the time-lapse feature. It started a bit slow. We really didn't know what we were doing, and we were trying to find good angles and stuff and keeping it clean while also demoing. As you can see, we took the trim off, or Steve was taking the trim off until he decided to get on his phone, and then he gets back to it. And meanwhile, I'm freaking getting like one stick at a time and throwing it away, but we were very slow and weren't in a rhythm at this point. Thankfully, though, that clearly changed, and we got a good rhythm here, and we did a good bit of stuff for how long we've been there. As you can see, that we got down to the insulation, and the room was basically done at that point. I mean, we just had that one wall that was connected with the bathroom, and he was tossing stuff out the window, and I took it to the shed while he was sledgehammering and stuff. I'm outside, like I said, taking stuff. Dealing with trash. We were filling up trash bags very quickly, though. That concrete stuff is extremely heavy. Like 5 scoops in the bag is almost uncarable. It is pretty heavy. I mean, it's bad. But that's pretty much all we did for day 4 was demo this room, and I don't believe we finished, but we did pretty freaking good. I know it's sped up and it looks really quick, but it's been a few hours. We did a good bit. Day 5 was like 11 days after day 4. We had to go out of town again, and we just got back. But while we were away, we did find a roofing company, and we got them to do our roof. This is us recording it right now. We're inside working, so we didn't record them. And the roofers are currently outside, making a mess everywhere, to be honest, but they were doing a good job. And yeah, that was another 20 grand, so a total of 40 so far on this house, and it's going pretty good. We really didn't do much this day. We mostly just watched the roofers, honestly. They took down the chimney. Here you can see them throwing bricks into their dumpster. I'm amazed they got that back there, to be honest. I think we did clean up this room that we're in a little bit. I don't know if we recorded that or not, but we did clean it up a little bit. But yeah, we had them remove the chimney. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. The only other thing we really did was remove trim from the front bedroom. We also got electricity, but we had it before. It was just now in my name. Uh, but yeah, that's pretty much it for day 5. We really didn't do anything. It was nothing compared to day 3, that's for sure. Day 6 was overall a good day. We started, well, continued it, demoing the front bedroom. As you can see right now, we're taking the door off and taking it downstairs. It was pretty heavy. Um, but yeah, day 6 was a pretty good day, as you can see. We got all the trim off, and he's just throwing it out so I can take it to the shed out there in the back. So we have stuff to do. So we obviously got all the trim off, and as you can see, we started time lapse again, and this paneling became very annoying very quickly. It was also extremely heavy, and while taking it off, we also discovered the chimney, which is in the middle right there. We were wondering why the wall was so thick, and we very quickly found out it's because the chimney is there, which we had the roofer's demo on the roof, so we're gonna have to get to the attic and take it apart all the way down to the floor or the basement or wherever it ends. I assume it goes to the basement, but only one way to find out. But yeah, day 6 was a good day. As you can see, we got a lot of work done. It's very comparable to day 3. We did a lot. It was extremely dusty, and I think it was either hot or cold at the time. I think it was still cold. I think it was just barely warm enough for us to work. But other than that, we got a lot done, and that's pretty much all for day 6. Now, day 7 is another good day, a lot of demo right now. I think I'm on the other side banging all the concrete stuff forwards, which I found to be way easier. As you can see, it's just coming right off. Like I don't know, but it's just way easier to do it this way. The boards make it very annoying, and the boards just take up so much room in a bag. And we don't have a dumpster, and which really sucks. So we can't just throw it away. We gotta put it in the bag to clean it up so we can walk. And the reason we're demoing in the first place, since I haven't really explained it, is because we wanna see the bones of the structure and then rebuild it. Plus, we gotta put electrical and stuff in walls and everything. We gotta redo the ventilation anyway, so it's gonna be a good bit of work, but we view that it's worth it. And that's pretty much it for day 7. We just opened up that middle room, so now we can see all the way across the upstairs. So the middle room's basically done at this point. I mean, we're still hammering away. There's still a closet and a shelf there that you gotta remove, which we eventually do. But like I said, that's pretty much all that happened day 7. Day 8, unlike day 7, was a very slow day. We really didn't do much except demo the hallway a little bit and clean up some of the boards outside and put them in the shed. But that's pretty much all for day 8. I mean, we really didn't do anything. It was a slow day. Day 9 took place 3 months after the previous day due to the fact that we haven't been home and a lot of things happened, and I ended up quitting my job and committing to the house more. So I am now at the house by myself, and it's weird being by myself, so I didn't do much at first because obviously it was just a weird experience to be there by yourself. But I did demo this window, decided to record myself doing that, made a time lapse of it. Took a break every once in a while and just continued demoing that window, and then I moved on to the bathroom. All I really did in the bathroom was start demoing the tub, but I soon realized I was going to need some more tools and I just couldn't reach it all. But I eventually did get it out, but at that point the camera was low and I didn't have a way to charge it, so I pretty much ended the video right there. It was a fast day, but as you can see, there's sheetrock behind this, which was hopeful for me. But that's all for day 9. Day 10 was a much better day. I did a lot in the bathroom. I just started freaking destroying everything I could. I unfortunately was stopped at a few things like the sink, toilet, and shower head and stuff. I couldn't take that apart without an Allen, which I did not know at the time. And also, like an idiot, I'm trying to get this ceiling panel off, but I fail to realize that it's under the stud for the shower head, so I can't get it. Which you can see right there. I don't know how I didn't notice, but I didn't. I kept trying to get it off like an idiot. But other than the bathroom, all I did was open up all the ceilings in every room. I took these foam boards off. I just went around and picked them off with a hammer because I couldn't reach with my hands, and opened it all up. as you can see, the roof is basically just like the walls. It has the concrete stuff on it, and it's very annoying. So I didn't touch any of that. Plus, I didn't know if I wanted to demo it or not. It opened up the leaking spots more, where you can see the damage. It looks like some of it is for sure gonna need repaired. I don't know if I get close enough in the footage, but it's freaking black. Like right there, one spot it was leaking. It's also dipped in a little bit, especially right there and right there. But other than that, it's not too bad. But yeah, that's pretty much it for day 10. Day 11, I ended up switching it up because I didn't have an Allen yet for the bathroom sink and stuff like that. So I went ahead and started downstairs, and I started on this pillar in the middle end, which I assumed to be the chimney. I have no idea at the time. But I also realized that it's sheetrock, at least some of it is. So that was good, and it made it a lot easier to take apart. But other than that, most of my demo was in the kitchen here. As you can see, I just hammered away. I had to take the paneling off, and I just started hammering away at it. At that point, my camera was starting to die. I still didn't have a way to charge it with me, so I just kept hammering and hammering away until it ended up dying. And that's pretty much all we got done, is demoing this wall right here, and we started demoing on the pillar where the chimney was in. Day 12 was it was an okay day. I continued demoing all the wall, and I cleaned up as I did so I could still walk and get through. I filled up, I think, 2 trash bags, and I just kept going into this kitchen wall right here. It was demoed, and I started demoing on the wall, well, not wall, door, as you can see, and there was metal stuff there. I was a little confused by that. In the background, you can see that I opened up the chimney area there with the air vent going up to the vents upstairs, and the bedroom in the front, the bedroom in the middle. I ended up ending day 12 with this little wall right here because I ended up switching. I have a bad habit of switching up. I can't stay focused on one thing for whatever reason. I just hop around. So ended day 12 with this, and that was pretty much it for day 12. Day 13 was mostly focused on the bathroom. I got an Allen set, and I started to take apart anything I could. I'm right now working on the sink, as you can see. To be honest, I have no idea how a sink works. I just ended up fiddling with it, and I really never got it off. I got one of the lines off, but I never got the other one off, so it was pretty much a failure. I did, however, get the shower head and handle off, thankfully. I managed to figure that out. As you can see, there was sheetrock behind it. I took 2 layers of sheetrock off. They only had like 1 screw in it. And I tried to move the tub, but to be honest, I had no idea how the tub worked either, so I couldn't get the tub. So I ended up taking the paneling off the back there by the window, and I ended up starting to work on that. And at that point, my camera was down again, so that was pretty much all that happened for day 13. Day 14 was back to demo, just hammering away at this wall that's by the kitchen. It's unfortunately all that freaking concrete stuff. Very, very annoying. There's some sheetrock there, as you can see, that big like rectangle part of it, but that's directly behind the electrical panel, and I really didn't want to hammer through that and accidentally hit something or break something in some way. So I just started hammering around it as best I could until eventually I moved on. I eventually moved on to this column here, and I demoed it, but I very quickly figured out that there's something definitely wrong with this. As you can see there, I'm hammering and hammering and hammering. It's just taking it. It's like I'm not doing anything until I eventually made a hole, which allowed me to break pieces around it, but I just could not move it, no matter how hard I try. It was just a pain in the butt. And come to find out, it's freaking like an inch thick of just concrete. And then behind the concrete stuff is freaking sheetrock. So it's freaking the concrete stuff, sheetrock, and it's just kicking my butt at the moment. It was so hard. My hand was hurting so bad hitting that. Eventually, thanks to the sledgehammer, you can see that I broke it apart, and I show you how thick it is. I mean, it's just crazy. It was blowing my mind why they did that. I still really don't even understand it right now looking at it. But not only that, that part of it also is the exact same way. Sheetrock underneath and concrete. which I hit earlier, and I was like, why is this so hard? I thought there was a stud there. No. It's just freaking an inch thick of just concrete, and oh my god, it's like freaking hitting it with a hammer. But that's pretty much all that happened for day 14, because I very quickly got mad at it, and my was getting exhausted from it, so I ended up leaving it for the next day. The next day wasn't very noteworthy. I was working upstairs in the bathroom again, and while moving sheetrock, I kind of threw it out a window without thinking, and ended up shattering the window, as you can see here. So I made a mess everywhere. Most of the day was just me cleaning it up and finding a way to cover the upstairs window, which I broke. As you can see here, I just got a heavy trash bag and I just screwed it into the window to cover it up so no critters got in. It was temporary since I knew Pap was coming home. I believe it was the day after, if not the next day. So he would be right behind me, basically. So I just threw it together in like 5 minutes. I couldn't think of anything else. I was very proud of myself. I was like, hey, look at that. But like I said, that was pretty much it for me, since that's all I did on day 15, really. Day 16 wasn't too noteworthy. However, the day before, which I did not record, me and Pap were here, and as you can see, we took out the tub, toilet, sink, the bar, everything we took out. It's just, we completely took it out. We also completely cleaned up downstairs and the mess that I've been making. We cleaned it up, put it in a whole bunch of trash bags, and that's pretty much all that happened the day before. Today, I just kind of cleaned up a little bit in the bathroom and continued demoing it. I made it clean enough that I could walk in it, and then just started tearing it apart again, taking boards off and doing whatever I could to just demo it. Other than that, that was pretty much all for day 16. I mean, I did a good bit. Yesterday we did a lot. I didn't do nearly as much we did yesterday, but I was by myself, and the day before we had 3 people. But as you can see, bathroom's basically complete. I mean, it just needs a tiny bit more. But yeah, that's it for day 16. Day 17 is, as of now, was uploaded yesterday. It is the last part of this video. I just wanted to give you guys a short video that combines all of them that I've done thus far in this video. I just basically cleaned up my mess that I made yesterday, and I continue to make a mess, continue to fill up trash bags. But this is a long journey, and this is only 17 days in, and there's so much yet to do. Thankfully, as you have seen thus far in this video, the upstairs is almost complete except the closet down the hallway by the end room, and the closet right there that I'm passing right now. Also, I guess if you count it, the steps right there needs done too. But other than that, it's almost done. And this is over 17 days and, well, 8 months of actual time, but 17 times that I've actually been there to work. Well, 19 or 20, give or take, because I don't always record all of it. But as you can see, I'm currently beating up the wall trying to get this closet demoed. I never showed it, but this closet right above it is the attic entrance. There used to be like a ladder there, but I tore it down in one of the episodes. If you made it this far in the video, I truly appreciate you watching. If you have any pointers of how I can improve the next, please let me know. And I hope that you would stay and continue this journey with us to get this house fixed up, and yeah, I would truly appreciate it. But anyways, back to video. All that we really did is, well, I'll say we. All I really did is demo this closet. I did get it mostly done. I find hammering it from the back, as you can see, so much easier. It just comes right off. All the concrete stuff just pops right off. But other than that, like I said, I just finished this closet. It eventually starts to come together here, and I start to just pull it off. It's pretty easy. It goes faster than expected. It only took me like 20 minutes to get this apart, and other than that, it was a good day yesterday, since it's literally when it was. I just chopped through all the wood. It worked really well with the hammer for whatever reason. But yeah, it was a pretty good day. That one board right there on the right side. That's what remains of the ladder that went upstairs to the attic. I wish I would have showed it, but obviously I did not. But yeah, if you made it to the video, thank you so much. Like I said, if you have any pointers, let me know. If you liked the video, please tell me. And if you didn't like the video, please tell me. But other than that, I'm going to end this video as I end all my videos. If you've watched any of them thus far, going to end it with a daily verse. So here we go. For by grace are ye saved through faith, in that not of yourselves, it is the gift of God, not of works, lest any man should boast. And that's our daily verse. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you next time on day 18, or I think it'll be episode 16, but it'll technically be the day 18. So see you then.